Hello, welcome to Inner Alchemist Tarot for our Pisces reading today. Thank you for being here. Thank you, and thank you, Spirit, as you're always guiding us, always co-creating with us in this dream manifested as we continue to walk in beauty together. And only the highest of frequencies join in on this reading as we all connect to the Piscean collective here. And so, I have a deck that I'm using called the Awakened Soul, and we're going to bring in some call messages with these. And then I have my tarot deck called the Forest of Enchantment here, and this is what I want to use. This is a newer deck for this reading. We'll do some oracle cards and then we'll finish it up. Okay, so the cards are pre-shuffled. So what do we have, Spirit, for our Pisces today as our call messages for this reading? And here we are on the day of going into a new sign of Leo. So we're in a fire sign now. We just moved out of Cancerian energies of the water. And we also moved out of the new moon energies too. We're just right on the cusp of a lot of things right now. So our first call message is cleanse. What other call messages do we have here, Spirit? Okay. And we have vision. And one final call message to start this reading out. Okay, and we have forgiveness. So I love it already how these messages are coming through now. We'll start it with the first call card is cleanse. And if you look at her, there's the full moon out there. It's nighttime. She's got her crystal set up right here in her drawers, right inside of her room. She's holding her sage bundle, which is lit, and sage is known to cleanse negative energies, or I'd like to say opposite polarity of energies of the positive, right? And she's got her crystal on. She's got her eyes closed, and she's cleansing out her area, her energetic area, and she's at peace and calm as she cleanses out that which doesn't serve her into the light of the full moon here. And the purple, her purple sweater that she has on, or garment there, is also the color of the third eye, which is the all-seeing eye. And so she's trusting her inner knowing, her intuition, to cleanse out her sacred space. That it's the time for the cleansing time here to happen. The next card is vision, and this ties in with the cleansing card there, which is perfect that it came out again with the full moon behind her. She's got her crystal crown on. She's in receptive mode with her arms out. Her hair is open and wide. Her eye, her third eye, is open and wide open. Her eyes are as well as closed. And so she's tapping into her intuition at this time. and trusting whatever comes through to her will give her that information to make an inspired action when the time is right. But for now, she's staying in a meditation time with her eye wide open and waiting for the available information to come to her. From Spirit, thank you for these messages. And here we have forgiveness. So if you look at her, she's setting a bird free from the cage, letting it free, letting that person off the hook. And the bird is representing the freedom as it's flying out of the cage. And it's setting herself free from any bondage that she may find from holding someone in a state of judgment. So she's setting herself free. She could be the bird. So, as these three cards are coming in here, again, cleanse, vision, and forgiveness is what we're starting this out on. And let's just pull some tower cards here. And again, I love this deck. I love the smell of a new deck. It's beautiful. Yeah. The Forest of Enchantment. They're beautiful cards. Spirit, what do we have for Pisces for this reading? We have 7 of challenges, and challenges in this deck are the swords, the next one we have is 10 of spells, which is the 10 of wands. And now we have the Forest Lord, which is the Emperor in a regular tarot deck. Let's do one more card here, and then we'll do some clarifying cards. We'll go through the meanings of these cards, and then we'll clarify their meanings. And we have the Four of Visions. And the Four of Visions, visions is the water, is the cups. So we have 4 of cups. So, right away, we are seeing that we have the 7 of challenge. 7 of challenges. And the 7 of swords, as you could see in this picture here, it's like a deception going on, or thievery of some sort. You know, these little critters are taking things that may not be theirs, and they're walking away. While this clearly not theirs, they're walking away with this. So there may be some deception or thievery going on that you're cleansing yourself of at this time. And it's because it's right below this cleanse card right here. The next card we have is the 10 of Wands. And the Ten of Wands, again, with the vision below the vision card here, is that your psychic eye is on. You're letting go of those burdens. The people, circumstances that have been a burden to you. And you're moving on. Okay. Because it clearly has been too much to handle. Here we have the Emperor card, and that's below the forgiveness, setting it free. And the Forest Lord, again with this card, if you look, he's got his antlers on. And the antlers represent the antennas, that he's grounded, he's sitting on the ground here. And he's the Lord of the forest, but he's also connected to the Great Spirit, to the sky spirits. So the Emperor is the Emperor. The Emperor is a masculine, successful masculine energy. Responsible, knowledgeable, grounded, and knows the forest. There's a boar right here, and boars, they're a particular type of animals, and that boar is his friend. So, being right below the vision and the forgiveness card is that the masculine energy is the outward energy to get the job done. And so, cleansing away from that thievery or that deception, letting go of the burdens, and taking charge of what needs to be done, and that's forgiving those that may have wronged you. It's setting yourself free, and everybody benefits. And here we have the Four of Cups. And even though he may seem like he's disappointed here, kind of a little bit discontented, he's on the ground, kind of wallowing, maybe bored. That's okay. And there's a saying, it's okay not to be okay. We're going to get some clarifier cards for these. Spirit, what is the Seven of Challenges? What is it the Piscean needs to know about the Seven of Challenges, Spirit? And we have the Wide World, and this is the World card in a regular tarot deck. So with the Seven of Challenges, with the World card, as you're moving away from that thievery and deception, from what has been possibly happening around you, you're cleansing out your space, and you're embracing an end of a cycle with that. You're moving away from that deception and thievery. It could be anything. Thievery could be not just to taking of possessions, but taking of your good heart. Giving away too much of... How do I want to word this? Giving away too much of that. Sometimes and Pisces can give, and there is a giving, there is a receiving and giving, but sometimes you can go over and be a little bit more naive, I want to say. And this goes for some of you. It's not everyone. It's just some of you. The naivety that happens with that, and because it does, it feels good. But there's a time when, you know what, it's a time for you to move on with yourself and to cleanse out that old way of thinking and being. And it's a really getting in touch with how you want to have that balance of the giving and receiving as you move off from the cycle. You're starting anew and really taking that step into a whole new paradigm that, you know what, you can still give, but still know and be in touch with your emotions when you're stepping over that boundary of giving too much. And it could be an emotional thing for some of you. What is this Ten of Spells, Spirit? Letting go of the burden. It's a good time for meditation at this time. Things get a little too heady and the emotions start getting overload on, you go on overload as you stop, and it's good. It's a good resting period just to rest the body, because the body's the last place it goes when things aren't taken care of at an energetic level. So we have the Five of Spells, which is the Five of Wands. So the Ten of Wands, letting go of that burden, putting down, you know, walking away from people that are no longer serving you, draining you emotionally. And then the Five of Spells, that competition, you know, trying to, you know, again, there's the defense, getting on defense, but moving away from that defense. And let's get a clarifier card for the Five of Spells here, which is the Five of Wands. What is the five? What is this Five of Spells, Spirit? Not having to be on guard anymore, protecting your emotions, not protecting yourself emotionally after that. That's that whole thing of giving. When you're giving too much, then that can come into play here. Okay, and that's it right there, which can make you feel like you're being left out in the cold, which is the Five of Boons, is the Five of Pentacles. So we have the Ten of Spells, which is walking away and putting down the burden of giving too much to people that are not serving you and not in it for your best interest, or things that you've been giving your emotions to, or your, you know, your actions, your passions, just giving your time to, putting it down instead of being on defense so much. You know, you're choosing to walk away from that. Also with that Five of Boons, which is the Five of Pentacles, not feeling like you're being left out in the cold anymore when that happens. Because you're going in, you're using that mastery of seeing within. And it does take, it's a cleansing time. And it comes back to the very first call message here. This is a big time cleansing time here. Spirit, what is this Five of Boons? We're going to clarify this. So I don't do upside down card readings, and we only call on the highest of frequencies. And there's a reason why, is because whatever the shadow stuff that needs to come up will show up in the cards anyway, and we're always leaning towards the positive. That's the whole point. And what this channel is about is you are your own inner alchemist, and it's transforming all of that negativity, or whatever the negativity is, and always leaning towards the light. And here we are. Here is it's perfect. Here we go. Thank you, Spirit, for these messages. So again, the Ten of Spells, that you're walking away and ending that of that which no longer serves you, these people, are the burdens of the circumstances and places to which you've given your action, your attention to, emotionally, in any which way, being with others. And then instead of having to cast them away like it's doing here in the Five of Spells and feeling like you're being left out in the cold, you're now starting a new cycle. And here we have the White Heart is the Fool card in a normal deck, which is a new beginning. So now you're going off into a whole new beginning as you forgive, because it's right below the call card here, forgiveness. As you forgive those and setting them free, letting them off the hook, you set yourself free. Okay. I love how these two cards here, the Wide World, and we have the 21st card of the deck and the Zero, which is the first card of the deck. Magician's the number 1, but this is of the Zero. It's the full circle around here, so it's a progression is what's been happening really fast as you're using your third eye, going in, trusting your intuitive part of yourself, the higher part of yourself, all of the higher frequencies, which is always guiding you on your journey here. Taking that inspired action, forgiving those that you feel have wronged you, and then now starting the cycle anew. Okay, so we're just going to move over here, some space here for this, and we're going to find out a clearing card for the Forest Lord, which is the Emperor. What is this Emperor card? What is this Forest Lord card, Spirit? Show us clearly, Spirit. What is this Forest Lord card? Where's the Emperor? Why did the Emperor show up here in this reading? There we go. We'll take this one right here. And so here we have the Four of Cups, the Four of Spells here, the Four of Wands. Sorry about that. We have the Four of Wands, and the Four of Wands is the 1111 card. See, now here in this deck, we have them going up the steps here and celebrating. It looks like up in celebration. They got their lighting up their little wands here, and they have the fairies around here, and they're going up the path in celebration. Let's get the drum all around here. They're all lit up, and they're moving on. Okay, so in the regular tarot deck, this is the 1111 card, which is a great successful card. So we have that grounded masculine energy here of the Emperor with the 1111 card here from the new beginning. Letting that go. Letting the burdens go. Not feeling being left out, not having to defend yourself, once you let go of all of that, you're starting a new beginning. So, let's clarify this just a little bit more. What is this Four of Spells? What is this Four of Wands? What is this card showing us, Spirit? It's such a beautiful deck too. It has a different energy to it. It's good. It's grounding, of course, because we're dealing with the forest here. We're going to do some oracle cards from the Whispers of the Ocean, and then our Dragon Oracle, and we will finish up this reading once we click these clarifier cards. What is this Four of Spells, Spirit? And so now we have the Six of Swords. Six of Challenges. So the Six of Swords here. Okay. He's resting after, might have a little bit of headache, a slight headache, using some of the medicine from the forest. He's got that on his head to alleviate some of that mental anguish after everything's been said and done. Let's clarify the Six of Challenges. What is the Six of Challenges? Six of Swords. Why is this showing up, Spirit? And it looks like he's got that right above on his forehead too. Let's pick up this card right here. And so that we have the Seeker of Boons. Okay. So the Seeker is in the regular tarot deck is the Knight, so it's the Knight of Boons. It's a slower energy, and she's reaching into the tree. If you look, so after that mental anguish been going on here, she's reaching for something else that may be coming up. The Knight of Pentacles is a slower moving energy, but that's okay. In time, that mental anguish will subside as you continue on with your journey. What is this Four of Visions here, Spirit? And I also want to say, too, the moss, and I noticed when I was doing my shamanic healings with people, we'd go and we'd use, depending on the person that's getting the healing, we'd go into the forest, and the wolves would use the moss as the healing, as like the medicine, kind of like how copper is a superconductor and can be used as a medical device. So in the fairy realm, the moss is used as a healing medicine to heal everything of everything. It's an all healing thing. So that's what she's reaching for right there. Let's get clarifier on this Four of Cups. What is this Four of Cups, Spirit? And we have the Nine of Cups. So there you go. So that's the wish fulfillment card in the regular tarot deck. It's also a Piscean card too. So even though he's sitting there and a little bit bored, kind of disappointed with what's been happening, the Nine of Spells comes in, and that's the wish fulfillment card. You know, she's got that fairy circle around her, reaching out for it. So there you go. You will succeed, regardless of the mental anguish. It's kind of like what's happening here, and this is what I'm sensing into, is that we'll just do a little bit of a summary of everything here. Is that as you're setting into sacred space because you know something's been going on, it doesn't feel right, so you've taken and heeded the call, going in, listen to your intuition, and then setting that bird free, which is really setting yourself free. When you do it for yourself first, others benefit. And so the Seven of Challenges, whatever's been thieved from you, and I'm sensing that it's an emotional pull, is that you're moving away from that into a whole new cycle, and this is where the world comes in here. You're letting go of the burdens of those and whatever, anybody or circumstances and people, places, and everything haven't been serving you. You're putting it down, stopping with the competition or trying to get them away from you by whatever means that you were doing that. That's that Five of Wands, Five of Spells, feeling like you're left out in the cold after you had to somehow stick up for yourself, and then you're moving into a whole new cycle here because you're using the Emperor energy, which is that divine masculine energy, to get the job done. and you're going into your happiness. You're moving down the trail into your happy life. You may have had, this is where the circle comes around again, that headache going, oh, you know, holding the head, using the medicine on yourself, because things do come around for a little bit. It's challenging. That's why it's called 6 of Challenges, because that can be a little bit of a challenge depending on the day after, right, of the happenings, and then reaching for that and just taking your time. Again, the Seeker of Boons, the Knight of Pentacles, is a slow-moving energy. So moving off into, you know, reaching through to the tree, getting that moss, and then using the medicine, and then feeling again that it right here with the 4 of Cups, that may have been a sad time or a frustrating time, but you working that healing magic, because we have the 9 of Spells right here, which is the 9 of Cups. Actually, sorry about that. This is the four of Visions. All right, this is the 4 of Cups, and this is the 9 of Wands. Spells is Wands. So you're using your 9 of, you're moving off into completion from 9, 8, 9, 10 is completion in numerology, and moving on. This is a moving on card. Spirit, what is this 9 of Spells? Apologies about the wish fulfillment card. It is not. This is the 9 of Wands. 9 of Spells. I'm still getting used to this deck, but it's starting to become clear now. In this reading, it's like it's trusting. Okay, so we have the 8 of Boons. So this is the 8 of Pentacles. So moving on. There's that circle. There's that fairy circle there. Moving on. Keep going, because the 8 of Boons, the 8 of Pentacles, is the time when you're really setting the stage and planning your next move. You've been working hard, and that's what she's doing here in this 8 of Boons. If you could see, she's like working for her, you know, really setting the stage and what's happening here for herself. Is there any final messages, Spirit, that we need for this reading? Grounding yourself, really working a new type of movement that you're going to be doing away from that which has not been serving you. Again, this is a general reading for the Pisceans, so put the pieces where they go for you. And it might not be for everybody, and that's okay. It just means that it's not for you at this time. Any final messages from this deck for this reading, Spirit, before we grab some oracles and then finish up? What final messages do we have here, Spirit? Okay, the 9 of Swords. Looks like he's in hiding. Under the moon here. But the tree guardian's right here too. Reaching out, going, it's okay. Get the mushrooms here. Maybe being a little bit afraid of what's going to be happening. Let's get a clarifier card for this Spirit. This 9 of Swords. Again, 8, 9, 10 is completion, so it's moving on from that fearful place of not feeling like you're, you know, protected. And then we have the Green Mother, which you are. You are very much protected. This is the Empress card in a regular tarot deck. As I'm still getting familiar with these particular cards, this is kind of a cool reading, actually. So regardless of the challenges that have been going on, the 9, you're moving on from that because you have the Green Mother. You have that nurturing, that divine feminine energy coming in and taking the child out of the tree, and it's going to be okay. You're working. We have the forest lord, and we have the Green Mother. So we have a pair. We have the Empress and the Emperor. The Emperor here and the Empress here, and the same reading. So the Green Mother's coming in and nurturing you and with that feminine, divine energy, which is just, you're safe, child, you're safe. You're in my arms. And things are going to be just fine. Let's pull some oracles here and finish up the reading. This is from the Whispers of the Ocean. I like to use these for the Piscean collective. What oracle messages do we have here, Spirit, to finish up this reading? We have 4. Life is better together. And I love it how it comes right next to the Green Mother. As she's together with the child, she pulled him out of the tree. You're in my arms, child. It's okay. Seek assistance from your community. Connect with family, friends, or others who will support you. It can be as simple as making a phone call. It's beautiful energy for this reading. Thank you, Spirit. I love it. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, let's do one final message. We'll pull from the Dragon Oracle cards here. And thank you for staying. If you've stayed this far into the reading, thank you so much. And thank you for being part of this growing community here on this channel for the Pisces. What dragon wants to come in here, Spirit, for this reading? And thank you for these messages. I always say with my tarot customers, my clients, to say, you might want to go back to the reading a couple times and review it and watch again, because you might catch things that you didn't the first time you were listening to this. Is a good tip, because there's a lot going on here, especially emotionally for you. What dragon messages want to come through here, Spirit? Ooh, that one just wanted to pop right out. We have Source Dragon, tunes you to the infinite. Be still in the silence. Magic can happen. Be in the moment. And I love it because it's beautiful how it clarifies with the Vision card here. So, in summary, you guys, basically what's going on with the Pisceans here for this reading is that, your feelings matter. And we live in such an expansive time now. The energies are moving really fast. And it's Piscean time. It really is. That you've been through enough. You're not taking it anymore. I've done a few readings so far for the Piscean collective, and this is what I've gathered. This is such a big reading. These cards are special. And it's really bringing out this whole thing. Is that it's the time where you're balancing your feminine, divine feminine with the divine masculine, and coming it all together and really knowing and giving homage to your emotions and feelings, and not allowing others to come into your life like that, only to set you back, to feel like you're going around in circles. That's what we're saying. It would seem like it was like coming back around again every time, going back into your head about things. Oh no, did I do something wrong? Because it was never you. No, it's never the other person. It's like you owning up for your own emotions and really taking charge, that you're not here to give, because people will take until they find that the Piscean's not going to do that anymore. And sometimes there can be challenges and you feel like you need to fight back in a way. That's where the 6 of challenges come up here, and you can get all in your head about things, and then it muddles up your emotions, and Yep, and then you're going to find yourself needing healing time, and you're back around a circle again. It's like an ever-ending loop. But here it's clearly saying that, you're moving on from having to defend yourself so much and really taking time out to develop a whole new practice, an inner healing practice for yourself, so that you can move on with your life. Because essentially it is about you. Me just doing the work that I do as a shaman and a healing practitioner, someone that gives guidance. I mean, I do so much, but I come first. And there was a time there when I had to stop. Really, everybody just left my sphere for a reason. It's because I had to really concentrate on my own and perfect my craft. And that's what that 8 of Pentacles, 8 of Boons is saying. And once you do that, there can be things that come up. That's the shadow work. It's not shadow work per se, but you lean towards the positive. Any of the shadows that come up, you maybe feel fearful, but Gaia, the one that intelligence, that brilliant, beautiful intelligence that we work with here and that we come out from and go return to when we leave this physical body, is always here to protect us and hold us very close to her. We are her children. And to understand that, life is better together. It's sometimes, you reach out for others when you need the support, but to understand that nature is here to support you as well. It could be as simple as, being in water, going to the forest, going to the water, going to someplace out in nature that you can really tap in and tune into the larger part of you, to the Gaia intelligence that's really got your back. So, that is what I have for you today for your reading, and may you have a blessed day, and thank you so much for joining into this space. Thank you, Spirit, for these messages.